Hi everybody, this is Scott Sharp with Fretboard Toolbox, and today I'm going to show you some E major chord progressions with the bass, and we'll show you a few little walking bass lines and show you some fun things you can do when you can see all of the chords that belong in the key and where all those notes are laid out on any instrument. So let's take a look today and I'll show you how it works. Today we'll be using a Fretboard Toolbox Complete 4-string bass ebook, and we're going to go to the key of E major. We're using the interactive book so you can click on the links and jump to pages quickly. And today we're going to focus on the 1 chord, E major. We'll do a lot of 4 chord, the A major. The 5 chord is B major, and we'll have an F sharp minor, a 2 chord in there, and then we'll have a C sharp minor, a 6 chord. And we're going to skip the 3 chord today and skip the flat 7. But if you know those chords and you know the 1 and 5 notes from each of those, so E major, I want E and B, F sharp minor, I'm going to focus on F sharp and C sharp. Now this is for basic bass, but you can still get a long ways with the 1 and 5s. And A major is A and E, B and F sharp for B major, and C sharp and G sharp. So that's all 1 and 5 columns. And those are the notes we're going to be hitting. And then these are some chord progressions that use those chords up here and use those notes that are in the key. I also forgot to tell you, every note in white boxes is from the major scale. So everything in white boxes going across here is E major scale notes. And so here's our chord progressions, and today we can also use the free jam tracks from the Tracks and tab at the Fretboard Toolbox website. You just go to click on Tracks and tab, 200 free jam tracks. Scroll down, I've got 6 different keys here. Today we're going to be playing some E major jam tracks, and you can just click on that box, and now you've got all these different chord progressions at 4 speeds each. So let's start with this, just this 1 chord here. So this is all E major, and we're looping it, but this is an important part because I want you to see how when we see this fretboard layout, we're going to look for E and B notes for the E major. So I'm going to focus on this E and B right now, but then remember, everything else in white boxes is from the major scale. So here's E, B, 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 E. And that time I went C sharp, D sharp, E. That time I went F sharp, D sharp, E. B, C sharp, E. So you can just experiment and see what sounds good. There's E, B, A, G sharp, E. So there's a bunch of different ways there that you can mess around with just that jam track, but focusing on the E and B notes, and then when you want to do a little walk up or play around with it, I was playing with the A and the G sharp and the F sharp. Sometimes I was going E, B here. Other times I was E, B up here. I went C sharp, D sharp, E. There's just tons and tons of ways you can do it, and you can break some rules, but it's really cool to just know the ways that are in the key and all the different ways you can play around and move around with these notes. So let's do a 1-5 progression now. So this is going to be, the 1 chord is E major, we'll focus on E and B, and the 5 chord is B major, and we'll focus on B and F sharp. So let's get that jam track going. So I'm going to go E, B, and then for the B I'm going to go B, F sharp, and then I'll throw in some other notes. So we're on an E right now. There's that little walk up. B, F sharp, B, F sharp, E on the E major. So let me show you that one real quick. I was going E, B, E, and then I went D sharp, C sharp, B, F sharp, B, F sharp, E. Now when I'm playing, I'm not thinking about these note names. I'm just building the shapes, and I don't play bass all that often, so I don't have those shapes as well. I mean, I know them from guitar, but still, it feels like something different to me a lot of times. But so I'm just playing E, B, E on the E, and then B, F sharp, B, F sharp. But the cool thing with the toolbox is I can see I could play E, B here, I could play E, B here. So I could play that same thing, E, B, E, B, B, F sharp, B, F sharp. So the root note doesn't have to be the lowest pitch note, like when I'm doing this B, F sharp. So listen to that real quick. E, B, B, F sharp, B, F sharp, E, B, E. And then went G sharp, F sharp, E. Okay, let's try a 1-4-5, and this is going to be E B for the E chord, A E for the A, and B F sharp for the B. B F sharp, B F sharp, E E E, ba bum bum. Now I'm walking up to the A. So that time I was going E, B, E. Then I'm walking up to the A chord and I went F sharp, G sharp, A, like this, F sharp, G sharp, A, E, A, G sharp, A, B, F sharp. Now I'm on the B chord. So that's 1-4-5. Now if we want to play a 1-5-4, that's going to be E, B, A. So let's try that one. Now here's B. Now it's going to go to the A. E. Now we're back on the E, the 1 chord. B chord. A, and back to the E. So, like I said, I'm not a regular bass player at all, but I wrote a fretboard toolbox for bass because I really want to learn to play, and it's so much fun, and so You may have some much cooler ideas, but even if you do, I bet you can find some useful things when you see like, okay, these are the notes that make up these scales, you know. And the reason my bass teacher told me to do this certain walk up is because I'm just walking up the major scale, like E, F sharp, G sharp, A to the A. Or if they tell you going from an A to a B chord, if it's A, B flat, B, like do do do, you can go chromatically like that, but I'm just walking between the A and B, or the 4 and 5 chords there. Okay, so let's do a couple more. The next one would be a 1 6 4 5, and let's play that one. This is the one I played in the intro. So the new chord, the new chord there's a C sharp minor, so it's going to be C sharp, G sharp, and then you've seen all the other ones. So this goes E, C sharp minor, A major, B major. 1 6 4 5. So let's start that one. And I'm going to go E, B for the E major, C sharp, G sharp for the C sharp minor, A, E, B, F sharp, B, do, do, do. C sharp minor, A, E, B, F sharp. Let's not block the E. And I'll show you that chromatic walk if I was talking about earlier. So that little chromatic one I was talking about was I was on the A chord going up to the B, so I was going A, E, A, B flat, B. So da dum dum da dum. So just like you got to just goof around and just figure out, like play around with all sorts of different ways. Like I'm on the E, I need to get to a C. What are a bunch of ways that I could do it? Or C sharp, you know, could I go E, B, C sharp? Could I go E, D sharp, C sharp? Could I go E, D sharp, D, C sharp, and use a note that's not in the key? But just when you can combine the idea of seeing these notes with the idea of like what rules am I breaking or following, then you can do those things in any key, because it's like, okay, I can figure out what's a 1 6 4 5 in whatever key, and if I can find my root and I've built these shapes in my mind, I can figure out what's going to sound good. So there's several other chord progressions, but I'm already running long on this video. So maybe we'll do, let's do one last one that has the 2 minor chords in it. So we'll do a 1 6 2 5, and then we'll call it good and assume you got it. And then you'll have seen all the chords. So for a 1 6 2 5, I'm going to need E, F sharp, no, E, C sharp minor, F sharp minor, B. So let me pull that up here. So we're going to do a 1 6 2 5. And so the only new one here is F sharp minor, which is F sharp and C sharp notes. So let's try that. And so it's going to start E, B, C sharp, G sharp, F sharp, C sharp, F sharp, C sharp, B, F sharp, B, F sharp. Here's the F sharp minor, B major, E, B, C sharp, then that time I was just playing around. I just, instead of doing the C sharp, G sharp, I went C sharp up to the G sharp here. And then since I was already up here, when I went to the F sharp, I went F sharp, C sharp. And then when I went to the B, I went back to this B, F sharp. And so it's just a different way. Oh, and then I did a little A, G sharp, F sharp, E, because I was trying it out and seeing, okay, because when I'm up here, what's going to be, where can I move around amongst those same chords? You know, if I'm starting up here, 7, 9, 7, 9 for the E major. And so it just kind of opens up lots of ideas. So what I would do, and hopefully you have done it, is just pause it in several places and then just start playing around with those jam tracks. So you could pause this video and then open up a new tab and get the jam tracks playing. So you just get them playing like this, and then now you can play around with those chord progressions and play around with those notes in white boxes, and you'll see which notes you need, and then find different places to do it. And remember, the whole ultimate goal is not just knowing every note of the fretboard right off the bat, but it's just building those shapes and building those ideas in your mind. And then if you want to learn all the notes of the fretboard, it's useful. But if you don't, you're just like, okay, I'm just putting some meaning to these shapes. So anyways, I hope you found something useful there. And if you want to learn more about fretboard toolboxes, you can go to the Fretboard Toolbox website and click on Pick Your Instrument up here. And I got books for a lot of different instruments, and they're all set up just alike. So when you understand one, you understand all of them. But I have two different versions, Essential and Complete. So you'll definitely want to click here and see the differences. And all my bass videos are here. And if you want to click Look Inside for either the Essential or Complete books, or both, you can click Look Inside and you get all the instructions for free, plus the key of G major pages. And you can do that with any of the toolboxes. So any of the instruments you have lying around, and you want to try it out and see, like, okay, can I get something else out of here? You can try it for free, and if you like it, you can pick up the ebooks here or the print book that I mail to your house. You can read about those differences here. So lots of stuff today, I know, but for sure, spend some time with the free tracks and tab that on the tracks and tab link, the 200 free jam tracks, because I've learned so much from just playing around with chords that are in the key, and then some rule breaking chords, and just like thinking about in the key of E, I want to know these chords, and here's some likely progressions, and then it just trains your ear that you can find those progressions really quickly. So I appreciate you guys stopping by, and I'll be back on more Fretboard Fridays with more videos on more of my favorite instruments. Thanks for stopping by.